Hello once again, guys. Kieran here, and today I will be going over how to get your ability scores. There are three different methods to this. Method 1 is a standard array. It is taking 16, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10, and these are your 6 basic ability scores, and this is only method 1. And you sit there and you fill it in to your character sheet for your strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Now each of these skills will be able to allow you to give you a new feat, or it helps you do something along with it, like strength. Maybe the number 1 used outside besides constitution. Strength is how much you could carry, drag, or push, and then constitution would be 1 for your starting hit points. I'll go over the rest of the ability scores later. Method 2 is a spending point limit. You have 22 points to spend on your ability scores, and each one costs a certain amount. Like 9, its cost is -1, I think. Yeah, it's none. 10 is none, or 2. 11 is 1. 12 is 2. 13 is 3. 14 is 5. Now it starts jumping. 15 is 7. 16 is 9. 17 is 12, and 18 costs 16. Yeah. And method 3 is roll 4d6, which I will be demonstrating. And you do this 6 times. And you take the top 3, which would be 4, 3, and 2, which is 9. Which is, I don't think that's a good ability score, but anything that's like 10 and above I would take. And you do this 6 times. See, I got all 5s here for the top 5, so then it would be 15. So it would be 9 and 15 so far. 3, 3, and 4. 10. Now that is more of a reasonable score than 9, which I rolled before. So far, 9, 15, and a 10. 6, 5, 13, 14. So it's 9, 15, 10, 14, 13, and this is the last one. 9, 15, 10, 13. Another 9. So then you would take your 6 scores you had and then fill it into the character sheet. And that would be your scores for your character. For me, I ended up rolling for my character, because I wanted to try this, I ended up with 2 13s, 15, 2 12s, and a 10. With a strength modifier of +2 and a charisma of +2 because I'm Dragonborn. I will also go over how I would see him using weapons. Since I'm Dragonborn, I would suggest going with classes that focus on charisma modifiers or strength modifiers, which is kind of my ranger here. Besides, I am working with the bow. Besides that, so I'll be focusing on ability scores I gain to modify my dexterity. Since I have no modifying to my dexterity, it would just be my plain simple roll, which would be 16, and then depending if that's a hit, I would roll my weapon die for it. Since I use longbow, be a 10, and I deal 3, and it depends on my ability as well. But if I use my strength, I roll my d20, get a +2 to my strength, so that would be 20, and no, that's not critical. You have to roll a natural d20 for it to be critical. Since I use a falcon, I use 2 d4s. That would be 3, plus my strength modifier, which would add another 2, so that would be 5 damage. But you can make a character any way, like I did. Focus on archery instead. But each weapon has a different weapon die, because a longsword involves a d8, which I used to use, so that would have been 9. And you don't want to forget about other modifications, like proficiency, which I forgot to mention. That's the only thing I get to add to my bow, but since I have a falcon, which involves my strength, I get to roll that, plus my proficiency, which is a 3, and I add 2 for my strength modifier. Now, proficiencies only work on your attack die, which is always the d20. See, I would have got 12 plus 3 to my proficiency if I was using my falcon, plus 2 for my strength modifier. So I would have ended up getting, would have ended up getting a 17. Roll these. I would have ended up dealing 7 damage. But since I have a proficiency with a bow and I roll this, which is a horrible roll, unless the creature has AC of 3, I just roll that, and that's a 10. 0 on a d10 is always 10, unless you're rolling percentage. That's 8, unless the 0 on this is 0 as well, then it's 100. But I think that's all I will do for this video. I think the next one I'll go over weapons and go over all of the weapons in it, plus maybe some enchanted weapons, and show you what difference it makes. So, hope this helps. Comment, subscribe to become adventurers today, and I will help you more with Dungeons and Dragons.